Okay, so the next point I want to focus on are how does the casino make money? So I kind of touched upon it a little bit, but I'll elaborate. Okay, so earlier we talked about the house edge, right, and it being 2%. It varies between different games, right? For example, roulette. Roulette has 38 outcomes, right? It has 1 to 36, numbers 1 through 36, and a 0 and a double zero. I know in America, in the States, some casinos have just 1 0. So it has 37 outcomes instead. So how the casino makes money is essentially they're paying you 36 outcomes, but there's actually 37 outcomes, right? So the or 38 outcomes. The 2 out of 38 outcomes that are not being accounted for is the house edge in this scenario. So in the document I wrote, it's 5%. It's roughly 5%, a little bit over that. Basically, they make 5% of the total betting volume that you make for that day. So what do I mean by that? So let's say, for example, I sit down at a blackjack table, right? And my average bet is $100, right? And that day, I place 20 bets. So 100 times 20 is 2,000. So my total betting volume for that day is $2,000, right? Let's say the house edge is 5%. So 5% of $2,000 is $100. So the casino is expected to earn from me $100 for that day. So casinos want two things. Okay, they want you to make as large of a bet as possible. They want your average bet size to be high, and number two, they want you to bet a lot, as much as possible, right? And these two, the average bet multiplied by the number of bets, gets you betting volume. Okay, betting volume right here. Let's go over the factors that determine 1 and 2. Okay, so the first thing I want to actually go over is number 2. Number 2 is an easier concept to grasp. So what leads to higher number of bets? So casinos usually want to incentivize people to place as many bets as possible. How do they do that? Well, they want to keep you within their facility for as long as possible. Okay, notice how some casinos offer complimentary drinks, right? And also notice how food isn't that expensive. In fact, there are constantly promotions, right? You might get a coupon for free food, et cetera, et cetera. Why is that? Well, let's say you're thirsty, right? The last thing the casino wants is for you to leave your seat and go buy a drink. Or if you're hungry, to leave the casino and go to Burger King or McDonald's to eat something, right? So they want to incentivize you to stay seated, right? So if you're thirsty, call the waiter and they'll get you a drink, right? Oftentimes it's free. And then the food, if you look at the food, usually like the burgers, the noodles, the pasta or whatever they serve, the premium isn't that high. It's actually quite comparable to, if not cheaper than restaurants, for example. And the reason why is because they make more money off of you from the casino floor than they do from the food and drinks, right? So if you look at the Poland operations, if we look at the operations of Century Casino's Poland operations, they're losing money on food and drinks, right? But they do that to incentivize people either to go to the casino, right, to get the foot through the door, or to incentivize current customers to stay within the facility, right? Now let's think through how that works, right? So let's say I'm thirsty, and I ask the waitress, "Hey, I would like a Coke." Okay, a Coke probably costs 25 cents, right? 25 cents. And let's say it takes 10 minutes for me to get my Coke. Let's say I'm playing blackjack, right? And my average bet is $100, right? How long do you think it takes me to make one bet in blackjack? Let's say it's 30 seconds, right? So in 10 minutes, I would have placed 20 bets, $100 per bet. Boom, 2,000 betting volume, right? If the house edge is 5%, right, off of 2,000, the casino is making $100 off of a free drink that's cost 25 cents, right? Let's say I'm very good at card counting. Like I know basic strategy, right? And then the house edge is only 2%, right? They still make $40. Like 2% of $2,000 is $40, right? So the profits we make from incentivizing the customer to stay provides a higher likelihood that the customer will place more bets. And that's what we want.